Hello guys, my name is Koushik and welcome back to LetCode. In this video, we're going to learn how to run our test scripts in the GitHub Actions. Okay, so GitHub Actions might not be for everyone because, of course, it's not like full free or something like that. So basically, it has some time constraints. Okay, so you'll get something like some has maybe 200 or 300, I believe, based on your plan. So if you are on free profile like me, probably you can just go and check it out in your profile. You will find details about that. Okay, so yeah, so it might not be great for everyone, but it's good to know. Probably if you're going to do some web scraping project, maybe GitHub Actions will help you in that scenario. Okay, so basically, what is GitHub Actions? I think you might know, or if not, kindly check out my previous video. I will just leave a card here. Uh, to be simple, it's like your CI/CD, continuation integration and continuation development. For example, we know Jenkins, right? So Jenkins, we can schedule based on time or based on the code push in the Git, and based on that, Jenkins is going to pull our latest code and it's going to trigger our test script, right? Same thing happens in GitHub Actions also. It's very similar, but the good thing is it is integrated directly within the GitHub. Okay, so I'm going to show you that quickly. So if I go back to my GitHub profile and go to the repository, okay, so currently all our code is within this playwright test under repository. So if I go within this, you can see that here we have code, issues, pull request, and then followed by the actions. Okay, so if you go within that, you can see that I already have run few and few tests got failure. Okay, so this is how GitHub Actions is going to look like. Let me show you how to configure it, and it's very simple. Okay, very simple. So first of all, within the project, okay, within the project, like test runner is my project name here. Within that, I have a folder called .github. Within that, I have another folder called workflows, and within that, I have a file called main.yaml. Okay, so YML, and YAML file works based on the not works. I mean, if you have any like spaces or indentation problem, it's not going to work. More of like Python. So in Python also, if you missed any indentation, it's going to give us some error, right? So same thing here also. So for example, here you can see dash main, right? If I remove the spaces in front, then it's not going to work. Okay, so be cautious about that. Anyway, it's just a one-time configuration. So probably I will leave it. I will leave a link in the description. You can check it from there. Okay, and if you are interested to see the documentation, probably you can see this one. I will also leave this link in the description. Okay, so here run playwright test. Very simple. So whatever here we have, that is what I have copied. Just I have segregated the steps. Here they are installing the dependency and running the test, whereas I have installed the dependency separately and running the test separately. Okay, so let me tell you about this. So first is on push branches. That means whenever there is a push or a merge request, when the merge is accept from the main branch, you can give your any of the branch. Okay, so earlier it was like master, but now GitHub has changed this to main, right? So if you go to the code, you can see that from the master it is basically main now. So there is no like master branch by default. Main is the default one. Okay, so whenever there is a changes on the main branch, or also you can specify your own branch name as well. Okay, so it's going to just listen for that. Like whenever there is a changes, it is going to run the job is nothing but task. So in Jenkins also we call each and every project as a job, right? So that is what jobs means here. And here we are going to perform like end-to-end test, and here we are going to specify like in which operating system we want to execute. It can be Ubuntu latest version or a Mac OS or a Windows latest. Okay, so I'm going to run this on Windows now. So let me just copy this guy and place it over here. Okay, okay, then what are the steps? So first one, it will do the checkout in the sense it is going to download all the codes from our GitHub repository to this local machine. Local, not, I mean local in the sense the GitHub Actions machine. Okay, and then it is going to set up all the node based on the version we can specify, or it might take the versions that is already there in our package.json, or if we do not specify here, it will take the latest one. Okay, and then it's going to use the Microsoft Playwright GitHub Actions. This will have all the comments like how to run the Playwright test scripts. Okay, then we are giving name is just to see in the GitHub action. For example, if I go to the action, so previously I run this, right? So here you can see that if I run one, so here you can see, so here you can select setup, not this one. Yeah, so here you can select install dependencies, run test, right? All this are basically the name, okay? And here the actual command run in the sense, what is the command? So first of all, we have to say npm install. That means it will take all the dependency from our package.json, and then it is going to install all the dependencies. Okay, then it's going to run the test, and here for that we are using npm test, npm run test or npm test, both are same only. Okay, so that's it, we are pretty much done. So our YAML file is fine. Okay, now within the playwright.config.ts, what I did is I said like star star. That means it's going to execute all the test file available in this project. Okay, and reporter, basically we have the dot reporter with the JSON and this one. Okay, and we are taking the screenshot only on failure and video only on failure, but I don't think we can download that or we can see that, but yeah, it may be there in the folder. Okay, yeah, okay, so let's go and push this code. Okay, so I'll use Control Shift P to bring this emoji log. This is basically gives you like some kind of visual to logs your uh, gitter commit. Okay, so I'm going to commit, that is what I'm doing, but with some icons and everything. Okay, so here I'm going to say like test all, test all, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to control enter and I'm going to push to my master branch. So here you can see that we have what push pending, so I'm going to click on that. It will push to my master branch, I mean the main branch. Okay, master main both are same, only the name is changed. Okay, now let's go back to our actions, and as soon as I do the push there, you can see that the based on the release test all, we already have a queue. Okay, so I'm going to click that, and it might take a little time, so I'll just pause the video and we'll come back once the execution is completed. Okay, so the test is completed and we have a failure. We'll see that why there is a failure. So if I click on this end-to-end test, that is nothing but where is that, this one, right? So this job name. Okay, so once we click on that job name, and of course you can have multiple jobs as well. Okay, so here if I go back, I mean go to the top, you can see that so checkout is done, then node setup is done, then the GitHub action is done, where it will just go and run some commands internally, and then the dependencies are installed, and then test run. Okay, while running the test, of course we have a failure, and the failure is basically you can see green dots, that means those tests are passed, and this double F means two tests are failure. Okay, and the failure tests are basically visual comparison. So in the visual comparison, of course it's going to fail, that is expected only, so not a problem. Okay, yeah, it's failed because of the size differences. We should update the snapshot. So if you remember watching my visual comparison video, I said that if the file size are different, that will be failed. Okay, anyways, this failed, that's really doesn't matter. This video is just to focus like how to run test script in the GitHub action, so I think we have achieved that. Okay, and of course you can get the whatever you see in the console logs, we are going to get all those stuff in this log as well. It is also kind of like your console in the GitHub actions console. Okay, and totally there are 9 passed and 2 failed. Okay, and it was very quick because we don't have that much code, just a login script and a few other things. Okay, and then post the test, it will just clean everything, and that's it, the status will be published. Okay, clean job. Okay, so of course unfortunately we do not have any way to take the screenshot or reports, but maybe we can, like after the post run, we can use the node mailer to grab the screenshots or maybe video, and we can send a mail. Okay, we can do that, but probably I will check that maybe later, because I don't think that is very necessary. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you have learned how to integrate the playwright test script in the GitHub Actions, and it's really easy. Okay, so all the links whatever mentioned in this video will be in the description, so kindly check that. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon.